Minority Report is a gripping film about John Anderton, the chief of a special police unit called precrime. This department stops murders before they happen with the help of 3 psychics called precogs who can foresee future crimes. But John's life takes a sudden twist when he finds himself accused of a crime he hasn't committed. Set in 2054, the movie opens with a vision of crime, and then a red ball falls, displaying the name of a person who is about to commit a murder. In this world, the government has been running the pre-crime program in Washington, D.C. for 6 years. The precogs have been altered to see psychic visions of murders, and their predictions help the police arrest the criminals before they can act. The system works by generating 2 balls, one with the name of the criminal and one with the victim's name. The system is tamper-proof, and the unique shape and grain of each ball make sure of that. There are 2 types of murders: premeditated and crimes of passion. Premeditated murders can be predicted up to 4 days in advance, marked by a brown ball. But crimes of passion, marked by a red ball, happen spontaneously, giving the police very little time to stop them. One day, John's team apprehends a man who was about to kill his wife for cheating, thanks to the precogs' visions.
Original running bond brick pattern, streamlined early Georgian details.
The precogs, Agatha, Arthur, and Dashiell Arkadin, help identify crimes, and the police use a device called haloing to render the suspect incapacitated. John leads this operation, working closely with the precogs and their caretaker, Norbert Wally Wallace. However, John's personal life is a mess. His son, Sean, was kidnapped 6 years ago and has never been found, which is why he joined precrime in the first place. He suffers from depression and addiction to the drug Neuroin, and his wife, Laura, has left him. To cope, he watches videos of his lost son, keeping his memory alive.
You gotta give me a kiss.
Not on the lips.
One day, John is given a new assignment by director Lamer Burgess. He is told to keep an eye on Danny Whitwer, an auditor from the Justice Department. Danny is investigating the pre-crime system to find flaws before a congressional vote to make it a nationwide program. John's job is to make sure any flaws Danny discovers are reported first to the pre-crime department.
Cops aren't allowed inside the temple.
Really?
During his investigation, Danny sees the precogs' visions and questions. A technician about the echo images that sometimes appear after a crime is prevented. These echoes are not fully understood, but are part of the precogs' psychic process. John and his team explain how the system works and its accuracy. Despite their explanations, Danny remains skeptical. Later, John experiences an unsettling vision with Agatha, one of the precogs. While in the water, Agatha opens her eyes and pulls John towards her. She sees a flashback of a woman drowning, and John begins to see the same vision. This moment raises suspicions in John's mind about the pre-crime system. He discovers that a woman named Anne Lively, the victim in one of Agatha's visions, went missing after the murder was stopped, but there is no record of her in the system. This leads John to dig deeper into the case and break the rules by copying information from the computer that he wasn't supposed to access.
Side. Busy, busy, busy.
Danny Whitwer later checks John's house and finds albums of John's missing son, Sean. This adds more pressure to John as he tries to hide the truth.
I may have even encouraged it to help with the cause.
Soon after, the precogs see a vision in which John will kill a man named Leo Crow. John is shocked because he's never met this person, and the murder is predicted to happen in just 6 hours.
Just about.
John goes to director Burgess and tells him about the vision, but Burgess dismisses it. John becomes a fugitive as the police try to arrest him. Using his skills, he escapes and seeks out Dr. Iris Heineman, a geneticist who helped create the pre-crime system. Dr. Heineman reveals a shocking truth. The precogs' abilities were caused by brain damage from their parents' addiction to early, impure forms of neuron.
I was trying to heal them, not turn them into something else.
She also explains that sometimes the precogs see a minority report, a different version of the future, which is purged to maintain the system's perfection. These minority reports are never recorded, but are still retained in the precogs' memories. Dr. Heineman tells John that if there's a minority report for the murder he's accused of, it will most likely come from Agatha, the strongest of the precogs. With this new knowledge, John sets out to find the missing minority report and uncover the truth. After undergoing an eye transplant surgery with an underground surgeon, Dr. Solomon P. Eddy, to evade the retinal scanners across the city,
Now that was a great way to avoid some of the more unpleasant.
John Anderton returns to the pre-crime department. Using his old eyes, which he kept after the surgery, he gains access to the temple where the precogs are kept and kidnaps Agatha, disrupting the system on which pre-crime depends. With the help of a cyber criminal, Anderton attempts to search through Agatha's memories to find a minority report for the murder of Leo Crow. However, instead of finding the report, Anderton discovers memories of Anne's murder. Agatha's predictions save Anderton from being arrested by pre-crime, as she helps him evade capture. The two track Leo Crow to a hotel room, where they find disturbing photos of children, including Sean, Anderton's long-lost son. Anderton accuses Crow of being responsible for Sean's death, almost killing him in a fit of rage. But Crow explains that he was hired to plant the photos and pleads for Anderton to kill him, claiming that his family will only be compensated if he dies. Reluctantly, Anderton refuses to kill Crow, and in a tragic twist, Crow takes his own life in a manner similar to what the precogs had predicted. Meanwhile, Agent Danny Whitwer, tipped off by Anderton, investigates Anne Lively's case and discovers inconsistencies, suggesting she had been murdered. When he presents his findings to Lamar Burgess, the director of pre-crime, Burgess kills Whitwer with Anderton's own gun to silence him. Agatha then reveals to Laura and John a heartbreaking prediction about their son, how Sean would have lived if he had survived. This vision deeply affects them both. As the story unfolds, Anderton is arrested for the murders of Leo Crow and Danny Whitwer, and Agatha is returned to the other precogs. Laura, however, grows suspicious of Burgess's involvement in the case of Anne Lively. Initially, Burgess denies any memory of Anne, but later contradicts himself by mentioning her drowning, something Laura had never shared with him. This inconsistency sparks Laura's suspicions, and she decides to break Anderton out of prison. Together, they confront Burgess at a banquet celebrating the nationwide launch of pre-crime. In a dramatic revelation, the truth about Anne's murder is exposed. Anne, a heroin addict and Agatha's mother, had once given up custody of Agatha, but later, after overcoming her addiction, tried to regain custody. In response, Burgess hired someone to kill Anne, knowing pre-crime would intervene and prevent the murder, only for Burgess to kill her afterward in the predicted manner. The pre-crime technicians had dismissed the second vision as an echo of the first, keeping the system's reputation intact. As Anderton's investigation deepens, Burgess orchestrates the false abduction of Sean by Leo Crow to push Anderton to commit murder, thus reinforcing the pre-crime system's validity. In a tense final confrontation, Anderton and Burgess face each other, with Anderton offering Burgess a choice. He can kill him, proving the system's accuracy, or shut pre-crime down for good. Burgess, overwhelmed by guilt, asks for forgiveness and ultimately shoots himself, ending his life. With the pre-crime system shut down, Anderton and Lara reconcile and begin a new life together, free from the shadows of the past. Laura becomes pregnant with another child, and the prisoners previously held under pre-crime are released, while the precogs are relocated to live in peace, far from the turmoil they had been subjected to. If you like this recap, subscribe for many more. Thanks for watching.